Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we will have a look at the so-called 1-point skills of all classes, which are skills you only need to put 1 point into and then already get a huge benefit from them. Let's start with the Paladin, who has a lot of skills that can be called 1-point wonders. At the combat skills we would have Smite at the very first, an attack with a shield that stuns the target and always hits. Crushing Blow works here, but Deadly Strike doesn't. Life and Mana Leech don't work either, but the Life Tap Curse does. 1 point in this skill is already enough to make a Paladin be able to go to Übertristram, and since it is on the way to the Holy Shield, most Paladins will skill it anyway. Also on the way to the Holy Shield there is Charge. You can use this skill just to dash across the map faster. In addition, it is nice to use the running speed aura. Also here, usually 1 point is enough. In most cases, you also get a few plus points to your skills by the equipment. Under this aspect, it is also useful to unlock the Salvation aura, just in case you need additional resistances. The Cleansing aura is handy to heal from poison and curses, and Redemption is a 1-point skill for casters, so life and mana always replenish quickly. Let's continue with the Barbarian. Here, Berserk should be mentioned first, a classic one to deal with physical immune monsters. Also, Leap and Leap Attack are very popular just to overcome obstacles on the map or to escape some monsters that have surrounded you. Due to the plus skills of the equipment, the lower 4 passive skills are also basically 1-point wonders, permanently more stamina, run speed, defense and resistances for only 4 skill points. That is what every barb takes along. In the War Cries we also have several 1-point wonders. Unlocking Find Item gives the Barbarian the chance of extra loot from corpses. Battle Command always increases the skill levels by 1, a higher level just makes the cry last longer. The screams Hole and War Cry can be very useful in team play to drive away annoying monsters or to stun them. Now the Necromancer. Here we have the Curse Amplified Damage. Physical damage is always doubled here, just the casting area is increased by the skill level. Also, this curse breaks physical immunities. Corpse Explosion also works quite fine at 1 point. The damage is always 70 to 120% of the monster's life points. Also here, the skill level increases the range, and the plus skills a Necro gets from his equipment are usually enough for effective use. Further, Bone Wall and Bone Armor are also nice 1-point skills. Additional protection and the possibility to lock up monsters can be very useful. The Sorceress also has a handful of 1-point wonders, most notably Teleport. I think I don't need to explain this, all other classes need a very expensive armor to be able to do this. Next we have Static Field, which is actually a must-have for every Sorceress. You can sizzle down boss monsters very fast before you destroy them by other attacks. Warmth also is such a skill that every Sorc puts in at least 1 point. You don't want to say no to extra mana regeneration. Since a Sorc goes for plus skills in her equipment anyway, 1 point is usually enough. Same applies to the use of frozen armor. The Assassin doesn't have so many skills that I would call 1-point wonders, but a few can still be mentioned. Fate is a self-buff that increases resistances, including physical. Burst of Speed increases run and attack speed. Dragon Flight is a finishing move that will teleport you to the enemy. Melee assassins like to use it for mobility reasons. Maybe Death Sentry and Cloak of Shadows also should be mentioned. Death Sentry is a trap that causes corpse explosions, and the cloak can be used to blind some ranged fighters. Now the Druid. Bear and Cyclone Armor might be worth mentioning as 1-point wonders. The Bear is a tank that distracts the enemies, even if it does not last for very long yet. And for the armor, the same applies as for the Necros Bone Armor. Those two spirits, Heart of the Weasel and Oak Sage, could also be counted. They provide extra damage or life points. But often they are skilled further than only 1 point, so the effect is stronger and they don't die so quickly. Carrion Wine maybe can be useful to regenerate life. The Amazon has almost no 1-point wonders. In the passive skills, you could still argue that 1 point in the evasion skills is worthwhile, or that you unlock the Wall Cure and Decoy for PvP with 1 point each, but that's almost it. CS and Pierce are maybe important, but most times you skill them up to a certain value. That was the 1-point skills of all classes. I hope I didn't forget anything important. See you soon guys, take care and may the loot be with you.
Come on. Follow me.